Hello friends, now we are going to discuss about the calorific value. It is defined as the total quantity of heat liberated when unit weight of substance or unit volume of fuel is burnt completely in air or oxygen. That means when unit mass of fuel burnt completely in air or oxygen, at that time how much amount of heat energy is liberated, that is the calorific value of that respective fuel. When 12 gram of carbon is burnt completely, then it is going to release the carbon dioxide and heat energy about 97,644 calories. Calorific value is expressed in kilojoules per kg for solid and liquid types of fuel. If the fuel is gaseous state, then it is expressed in terms of kilojoules per meter cube. It is also expressed as a calories per gram, or it is also expressed as a kilocalories per kg. Now we are going to discuss the types of calorific value. There are two types of calorific values are there. Gross calorific value, that is GCV, or higher calorific value, that is HCV. Then second type is net calorific value, NCV, or lower calorific value, LCV. First we are going to discuss about the gross calorific value, GCV, or higher calorific value, HCV. It is defined as the amount of heat liberated when unit mass or unit volume of fuel burnt completely in air or oxygen, and the products of combustion are cooled to room temperature. That means here unit mass of fuel is burnt completely, and we are going to measure the heat liberated by the burning of fuel, and also we are measuring the heat carried out by the products of combustion. This is because fuels generally contain some amount of hydrogen. During the combustion, that hydrogen is converted into the steam. When the products are cooled to room temperature, then that steam is converted into the water. Because of this, latent heat of condensation of steam get included to the calorific value. That's why it is the little calorific value will be the little bit higher. Therefore, GCV will becomes net calorific value plus latent heat of condensation. Next point we are going to discuss is net calorific value, NCV, or lower calorific value. Here it is defined as the total amount of heat energy liberated when one unit mass of fuel or unit volume of fuel undergoes complete combustion and the products of combustion allowed to escape. That means here we are going to burn the fuel, unit mass of fuel burnt completely in air or oxygen, and we are not going to cool the combustion product. They are allowed to escape. Here water vapor or moisture and hot combustible gases are allowed to escape. Therefore, lesser amount of heat energy is available. Hence, calorific value will be the little less, because here we are going to measure the only heat liberated by the burning of fuel. We are not measuring the heat carried out by the products of combustion. Hence, it is called lower calorific value. The lower calorific value is given by, or NCV is given by, NCV is equal to GCV minus latent heat of condensation, because in GCV NCV plus latent heat of condensation is added. If you skip the heat carried by the latent heat of condensation, then we are going to obtain the NCV, that in terms of NCV is equal to GCV minus latent heat of condensation. Next, we are going to determine the calorific value of a solid and a liquid fuel using bomb calorimeter. The bomb calorimeter works on the basic principle of here a known weight of sample is burnt completely in excess of oxygen. The liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water and calorimeter present in the bomb calorimeter. Thus, the heat liberated during the combustion of the fuel is equal to the heat absorbed by the water and calorimeter. Here, that means here a known weight of fuel is burnt completely, and whatever the heat is generated by burning of fuel, it is absorbed by the surrounding water and calorimeter. Therefore, heat generated by the combustion of fuel is definitely equal to the heat absorbed by the water and calorimeter. Now we are going to discuss about the construction and working of bomb calorimeter. A bomb calorimeter consists of airtight stainless steel. Bomb is placed in copper calorimeter. The calorimeter is surrounded by the air and water jacket to prevent the heat loss to the surrounding because of radiation. Here, tight stainless steel bomb is placed inside the calorimeter, and this calorimeter is surrounded by the air jacket and water jacket in order to avoid the loss of heat in terms of heat radiations. The copper calorimeter is also fitted with an electrical operated stirrer to mix the water here. Here electrical operated stirrer is operate electrically, and it will stir the water in order to spread the equal distribution of heat in entire water. Then magnesium fuse wire to start the combustion. Here magnesium fuse wire is used to start the combustion, and this magnesium fuse wire is connected to the 6-volt battery. Here Bachmann thermometer is used to measure the temperature. This Bachmann thermometer can read the 0.001 degrees Celsius per change in the temperature of water. And we are going to take a known weight of fuel sample in the crucible, and here in the copper calorimeter a known weight of water is also taken. Now we are going to discuss about the working of bomb calorimeter. A known weight of fuel samples taken in the stainless steel crucible. Then a magnesium fuse wire made to touch the fuel sample in the crucible. Then electrodes will supply the electricity and this fuel will burn. The bomb is tightly secured and filled with oxygen at the 25 atmosphere. This bomb is tightly fitted and it is filled with oxygen, sufficient amount of oxygen. It is placed then in the copper calorimeter. It is placed in copper calorimeter. In the copper calorimeter, we are going to take a known weight of water, and this entire copper calorimeter is surrounded by the air and water jacket in order to avoid the loss of heat in terms of radiations. Then after supplying the current, this fuel will start burns, and whatever the heat energy is liberated, it is absorbed by a known weight of water present in the calorimeter. Then amount of heat liberated by the burning of fuel is exactly equal to the amount of heat absorbed by the calorimeter and a known weight of water. Now we are going to discuss about the observation and calculation. Mass of fuel taken in the calorimeter experiment, bomb calorimeter experiment is mkg. Mass of water taken in the copper calorimeter is wkg. Water equivalent of calorimeter is wkg. So before burning of the fuel, we have to note down the initial temperature of the water. Then after the burning of the fuel, we have to note down the final temperature of the water. This initial temperature of the water is noted as T1 and final temperature of water is noted as T2. The here initial temperature of water is the temperature of water before igniting the fuel. Then final temperature of the water is the temperature of water after burning of the fuel. Then specific heat of water is equal to S kilo kg per kilojoule per kg per degree Celsius. Then heat liberated by the burning of the fuel is equal to m into gross calorific value. Therefore, heat absorbed by the surrounding water and calorimeter is equal to weight of calorimeter plus weight of water taken in the calorimeter into specific heat of water into the T2 minus T1. But heat liberated by the burning of the fuel is equal to heat absorbed by the water and calorimeter. Therefore, m into gross calorific value is equal to W1 plus W2 into S into T2 minus T1. Here small w is weight of calorimeter, water equivalent weight of calorimeter, and capital W is weight of water taken in the calorimeter, and capital S is specific heat of water. T2 minus T1 is a difference between initial temperature of the water and final temperature of the water after burning of the fuel. Therefore, GCV is equal to W plus W into S into T2 minus T1 divided by M. Here small w is water equivalent weight of water equivalent calorimeter. Capital W is weight of water taken. S is the specific heat of water. T2 minus T1 is the temperature difference between initial temperature of water and final temperature of water. And M is the mass of the fuel taken in the bomb calorimeter experiment. Now NCV is equal to GCV minus 0.09 into H into 587 into specific, that is the specific heat of water, kilojoule per kg. This is based on fact that 1 part of hydrogen by mass gives the 9 parts of water. The latent heat of steam is 587 kilocalories. In order to convert this 587 kilocalories, we have to remember that specific heat of water is 4.18 kilojoule per kg. Then how this 0.09 into H will comes? Look, we have to look at this reaction. Here, let the fuel contains H percentage of the hydrogen, and this hydrogen will burnt in the presence of oxygen in order to produce the water. In the above reaction, 2 atoms of hydrogen produces the 1 molecules of water. That means 2 grams of hydrogen producing the 18 gram of water. Therefore, that means 1 gram of hydrogen will definitely produces the 9 gram of water. Therefore, X percentage of hydrogen containing fuel will produces 9 into X gram of water divided by 1000. Therefore, here water is produced by the X percentage of hydrogen containing fuel is equal to 9 into X divided by 1000. That it will become 0.09 into X. X is the percentage of hydrogen here. Therefore, NCV is equal to GCV minus latent heat of steam formed. Therefore, GCV is equal to minus into 0.09 into percentage of hydrogen into latent heat of steam. And we know that latent heat of steam is equal to 2454 kilojoule per kg, and 1 calorie is equal to 4.187 kilojoule per kg. Therefore, NCV will become GCV minus 0.09 into percentage of hydrogen into 2454, that is the latent heat of steam.